This is Nikki from Infront Artists, and I'm speaking with Richard Harmon. And obviously, we know you from CW The 100 playing John Murphy. So, tell us a little bit about how you started in acting. I understand you didn't sort of have an acting background, which is interesting. So, how did you actually get into it in the first place?
My sister got into it before me, and then it was kind of easy because my parents both in the film business as well. My dad is a director, my mom's a producer. But they were kind of hesitant to wanting me and my sister to get into acting, but eventually we wore them down because we were very adamant about doing it. So we let my sister do it first, and then when I got old enough, they let me do it, and kind of just took off from there.
And I guess with the character you play on The 100, could you tell us a little bit about what it's like playing that character? It's quite a diverse character. He goes through lots of ups and downs, I guess, in his character. Could you give us
diversity.
What's it like playing him?
Sure, it's never a dull moment. For sure. Like you said, he goes through a lot of kind of ups and downs, a lot of adversity. It's really fun to play him because especially since season 1 and coming all the way to where we are now, I think he's had such a great arc in character development, so it never gets boring because I'm able to kind of change him up each season and sort of make him grow as a person. So especially playing for as long as I have now, it's rare in this business to be able to have that much time with a character and kind of sit with him for as long as I have. So I think I know him very well, and I've really gotten the chance to create something and spend the time to create something special, I think, in this character. And I love him very much. He's probably my favorite character I've ever had.
What was it like actually auditioning for the role? Did you know much about your character when you auditioned firstly, or were you given a bit of information about him?
A character named John #1, which was what my character was originally called, 2-page audition. I kind of really, at the beginning, didn't really care if I got it or not, because I was already on another show, and it seemed like not a very big character, not really something that was that interesting, that character. But I did it, and I ended up booking it. And I decided that I was going to have a little fun with it instead of playing sort of just this one kind of dimensional sidekick that he originally was. And I was like, I don't want to be a sidekick thing, sidekick's boring. So I'm going to make this guy just kind of crazy and do his own thing. And if they don't like it, then they'll kill me anyway, because they're going to kill me regardless. So I did it, and then Jason, our creator, ended up really liking what I did, and he said, I'm not going to kill you, I'm going to keep you on for the first season, and then he ended up keeping me on for a second season, and then a third, and a fourth, and now I'm one of the leads on the show, so it turned around wonderfully, and that role ended up changing my life.
Like with the character now, I guess it's evolved a lot on the show. Are there any particular challenges that you've had over time to keep and maintain that role?
It is difficult to kind of keep a through line on the character proper, because in the first season, like I just rewatched in the first season, and I was like, oh my god, I'm a complete psychopath. I kind of forgot how far I was the other way. And now he's kind of decent morals on him, but he's fun. But yeah, the challenge is to make sure that you never take him too far away from where he was. Like, you can't make him a completely different person. You have to make sure that you slowly kind of bring him over to the right side of where we are now. You can't just one day have him wake up and be the best guy in the world. You just can't do that. So you have to make sure you do it very slowly. I mean, the first season, I kind of liken him to being Lucifer, actually. He's kind of the devil. He was this guy who was the #2 to the #1 on the ground, Bellamy.
And I guess what inspires you or influences you to continue being an actor?
It's absolutely what I fell in love with, and I love being on set. It's my favorite place on earth. There's nothing I'd rather be doing, and for the rest of my life, there's nothing else that I will be doing. So I don't find it hard to get motivated for that. It's what drives me to get out of bed every morning.
And is there a particular method that you use when it comes to acting?
I've never taken a acting class before, so it's kind of my own style. No character is the same, so my style kind of changes with each character that I play. So it's kind of like having a puzzle, and there's always like this different kind of piece that's missing, so you got to figure out what piece that is. So sometimes, you know, there might be a little method in my characters, and then other times there's a little more just kind of creativity in my mind. And I like to do method when it comes to physicality, but apart from that, you know, it's not too method. It's a mix. It's a mix of things.
And can you tell us, is there any new exciting projects that you have on the horizon that we can check out or expect?
I have a few, actually. There's a movie I did last year called Slumber, which I hope should be coming out soon in the film festival circuit. And then there's, I just did this year, after we finished shooting season 4, I just did a movie called Crypto, which I'm very excited about, starring me and Philip Granger, Amanda Tapping. And I'm actually producing that one as well.
Is it new for you, producing?
It's actually my third. It's my third film I've produced, but again, like, I didn't really do much. It was more of like involved with the movie right off the top. They kind of offered me the lead and then said, do you want to be a producer as well and have a little bit of creative input? And I was like, yeah, great. And then the movie that I just finished, which I'm very, very excited about, is called Break My Heart 1,000 Times, and that was with me and Bella Thorne and Dermot Mulrooney. And that'll come out sometime next year, and that's a film I'm very, very excited about. Our writer was Jason Fuchs, who's one of the guys who did the story for Wonder Woman that just came out. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's pretty good. And then Scott Spear directed it. He's awesome, like a really talented young director. He's amazing. So
what would you give as a piece of advice for those that are considering coming into the industry?
Know that it's not easy. I don't even mean the process of it, just know that breaking into it's not easy. If they really want to do it, then that's what they have to do. You got to find a way to always be working on it, whether it's just be, you know, it could be as simple as just watching a movie every day or doing other things. But you always got to be working on it, and patience. Patience is probably the most important thing, because it's not something that's going to happen overnight. But if it's really something you want to do, you gotta go guns a-blazing into it, and you just got to do it.
I wanted to, I guess, touch on the fact that you are coming to Supernova Sydney. Have you been to Australia before?
Yeah, I've been to Australia last year for Supernova as well, but it was in Gold Coast and Melbourne, so this year I'm doing Sydney and Perth. What
can you expect, I guess, being that you have come to a Supernova before? How was it? How did the fans treat you?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, they always treat you so good. Again, like, that's such a kind of cool new part of my life that I've never had before the 100. So I've only had this kind of aspect of my life for the last couple of years. But it's great. I mean, you come to these great areas of the world that I normally wouldn't come to. Check out the country, meet the people, meet the fans. It's just a wonderful thing. I feel very lucky to be doing it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Richard, and I wish you all the best at Supernova Sydney and Perth, and enjoy Australia while you're here.
Thank you.